opens with a wide shot of the roaring crowd, the arena buzzing with anticipation. Pyrotechnics explode around the stage. Welcome everyone to another thrilling night of Renegade Wrestling's Riot. I'm Devin, and we got an explosive show lined up for you tonight. The road to World at War is coming to a close, and tonight's card is stacked with high-stakes action. Let's talk about what's on tap tonight. We got a huge match with massive implications for War Games, as Edge takes on Rhyno. The winner of this match will earn the all-important advantage going to War Games. You know, both DX and the Flock will be looking to give their team that crucial upper hand. But that's not all. In our main event, we've got a colossal showdown between two of the biggest forces in Renegade Wrestling. The Undertaker takes on Triple H. These two legends are set to collide as a precursor to their factions' battle for supremacy. Because this Saturday, KroniK takes on Styles and Nash for the Renegade World Tag Team titles. We got all this and so much more tonight. So don't go anywhere. Riot is just getting started. You never know what's going to happen here in Renegade Wrestling. Crowd erupts as Stone Cold Steve Austin makes his way down the ring. Texas Rattlesnake is all business, storming to the ring with a determined look on his face. Stone Cold is in the building, and he looks ready for a fight. But what does he have in mind tonight? Austin climbs in the ring and beats around, clearly fired up. Before he can speak, Paul Heyman rushes down the ramp, a worried look on his face. He gets to the ring and tries to calm Austin down. Heyman's like, Steve, listen to me. Don't do this. Whatever you're thinking, don't do it. We have a plan, remember? We've got everything under control. Austin glares at Heyman and then snatches the microphone from him. Shut your mouth, Paul. I'm done waiting around. Sting, get your ass down here right now. Renegade World Champion appears at the top of the ramp, the crowd popping even louder. Sting looks intense and ready for a fight as he makes his way down to the ring. Oh, here we go! The champion Sting is on his way to confront Stone Cold. These two can't wait until World at War. Sting slides in the ring, and immediately Austin and Sting start trading blows. The fans are on their feet as the two brawl all over the ring, fists flying. Sting begins to get the upper hand, hammering Austin with rights and lefts, backing him into the corner. Sting is taking it to Austin. The Stinger is on fire. Suddenly from the crowd, Arn Anderson slides in the ring. Arn blindsides Sting with a hard right hand, and the numbers game quickly takes over as Austin and Arn start to double team the champion. Wait a minute, Arn Anderson out of nowhere. It's 2-on-1. The Dangerous Alliance is looking to take Sting out. The crowd explodes. Ric Flair charges down the ramp and slides in the ring, immediately going after Arn Anderson with a series of chops. It's Ric Flair! The Nature Boy is here, and he's evening the odds. Flair and Sting fight back against Austin and Anderson, sending them reeling. Austin and Arn quickly roll out of the ring, retreating up the ramp as Flair and Sting stand tall in the ring, ready for more. Flair and Sting have cleared the ring. The Dangerous Alliance is in full retreat. Heyman grabs the microphone, a furious look on his face. You think you just do whatever you want, huh? Well, fine. Later tonight, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Arn Anderson are going to beat the living shit out of you, Sting and Flair. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. The crowd cheers at the announcement of their tag team match later. Oh my, we got a huge tag team match set for later tonight. Sting and Ric Flair taking on Stone Cold and Arn Anderson. You don't want to miss this one, folks. Show cuts commercial as Sting and Flair celebrate in the ring. The crowd's still buzzing with action. Come back from break. We see Michael Buffer standing in the center of the ring, ready to make introductions. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introduce you first, accompanied the ring by Fifth Finley from New York City, weighing at a combined weight of 595 pounds. The Acolytes Protection Agency, Farouk and Bradshaw. The crowd responds with a mix of boos and cheers as Bradshaw, Farouk, and Finley make marches to the ring with humor looks on their face. The APA and Fifth Finley are out here tonight looking to make a statement. They've been causing all sorts of trouble recently, and with Finley's underhanded tactics, you know they're going to do whatever it takes to get the win. And their opponents from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, weighing a combined weight of 470 pounds, the team of Mr Perfect Curt Hennig and Ravishing Rick Rude. Ravishingly Perfect! Curt Hennig and Rick Rude make their way down the ramp to a chorus of cheers. Rude and Hennig look focused, ready to take on their opponents. Rude and Hennig slide in the ring and the bell rings at the start of the official match. Here we go. This should be a fantastic tag team contest, folks. The match begins with Curt Hennig squaring off against Farouk. The two men lock up at the center of the ring, but Hennig quickly gains the advantage with a side headlock. Farouk tries to push him off, but Hennig holds on tight, cranking up the pressure. Farouk eventually powers out of the headlock, shoving Hennig into the ropes. On the rebound, Farouk catches Hennig with a stiff shoulder block, sending him crashing to the mat. Farouk taunts the crowd, which gets a chorus of boos, and then tags in Bradshaw. Bradshaw comes in and delivers a series of powerful strikes to Hennig, who fights back with chops to Bradshaw's chest. The crowd cheers as Hennig manages to stagger Bradshaw and then tags in Rick Rude. Rude enters the ring with fire, unloading on Bradshaw with a flurry of punches and kicks, sending him reeling into the corner. Rude charges in for a corner splash, but Bradshaw moves out of the way at the last second, and Rude crashes head hard into the turnbuckle. Rick Rude crashes and burns in the corner, folks. Bradshaw now with a chance to turn the tide. Bradshaw takes advantage, dragging Rude to his corner and tagging in Farouk. The APA begin to work over Rude, isolating him in the corner with quick tags and hard-hitting offense. They continue to dominate Rude until he finally manages to counter a double-team move with a double DT. The crowd erupts as Rude makes a hot tag to Hennig, who comes in like a house of fire. Hennig unloads on both Bradshaw and Farouk, taking them down with a series of clotheslines and drop kicks. The fans are firmly behind him as he goes for the perfect plex on Farouk, but Bradshaw breaks it up at the last second. Hennig almost had it here, folks. As the match continues, chaos breaks out with all four men brawling in the ring. Farouk and Rude brawl outside the ring as the referee tries to restore order inside, but Bradshaw takes advantage and he grabs the official and turns him around, distracting him. With the referee's back turned, Finlay slides in the ring with that shillelagh in hand. What's this? Finlay's in the ring! The referee doesn't see it! Finlay swings the shillelagh, cracking Hennig across the back of the head. Hennig collapses to the mat as Finlay quickly exits the ring, tossing the shillelagh to the side. Bradshaw immediately follows up with a clothesline from hell, clothesline from hell to Hennig, nearly taking his head off. Bradshaw covers Hennig as the referee turns around and counts the pin. 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, ding. Here are your winners, the APA. APA and Fit Finlay celebrate the victory as the crowd boos loudly. The APA and Fit Finlay steal another one here, thanks to Finlay's dirty tactics. Hennig and Rude fought valiantly, but the nerves game and that shillelagh proved too much. The APA and Finlay exit the ring gloating as they make their way up the ramp. Hennig and Rude are left in the ring dazed and frustrated as show's commercial break. We come back commercial break to the backstage area, to a dimly lit, grungy area where the flock, Raven, Daphne, Brian Pillman, Rhyno, and the newest member, Sean O'Hare, stand together, looking menacing and ready for war. Raven has us leaning up back against a concrete wall, as Daphne has a crazed look in her eyes, while Pillman and Rhyno stare directly into the camera with intense expressions. Sean O'Hare stands in the back with a wicked smile on his face. Raven's like, "Last week, we sent a message. We took Owen Hart and showed him what happens when you stand against the flock. We left him lying in a heap, broken and beaten. A stark reminder that no one defies us and walks away unscathed." Daphne lets out a wild, unhinged laugh. Brian Pillman steps forward. "Owen, you want to be the hero, to step out of your brother's shadow and make a name for yourself. But you made a fatal mistake. You should have known better than to defy us. You see, Owen, this is not about family. It's about survival. And you won't survive us." Raven says, "And as for tonight, Edge, you think you're going to gain the upper hand going into War Games? You think you're going to ride into the cage with momentum on your side? Think again. Tonight, Rhyno will destroy you. He'll tear you apart limb by limb, just like we're going to tear apart D-Generation X inside War Games. You all think you're so tough, so rebellious, but inside that cage, there's no rebellion. There's only survival." Rhyno steps forward, breathing heavy, his nostrils flaring with rage. "Edge, tonight you're stepping into my ring, and I'm going to rip you in half with the gore. You're going to wish you never signed up for War Games when I'm done with you." Sean O'Hare smirks, stepping up next to Rhyno. "Let's not forget, DX, you're stepping into our world this Saturday. You're stepping into a place where pain and suffering are the only rules, and once that cage door is locked, there's no escape, no salvation, only suffering." Daphne leads in. "D-Generation X, we're going to put an end to your little rebellion. One by one, we'll pick you apart, and when War Games is over, DX will be fractured." Raven looks in the camera, a sinister grin on his face. "Tonight we start with Edge. At War Games, we'd finish with all of you. Quote the Raven, nevermore." The flock stand together, uniting their purpose as the camera slowly fades out as we cut to commercial break. Come back to the backstage area again, where DX, X-Pac, Green Meanie, Edge, and Christian are gathered. They're standing in front of a black and green DX banner. X-Pac takes center stage with a confident smirk on his face. Yo, listen up. The Flock thinks they got the upper hand because they got a cheap shot at Owen last week. They think they got the numbers game, that they got the advantage going into War Games. But guess what, fellas? You got another thing coming. The Green Meanie steps forward, an intense look on his face. You think you play mind games with us? You think you can scare us with your little creepy speeches and backstage beatdowns? You're messing with the wrong group, man. You're messing with D-Generation X. The crowd erupts in cheers, chanting DX, 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 as Edge steps forward. Tonight, I go one-on-one with Rhyno, and trust me, I know exactly what I'm getting into. Tonight, when I step in the ring, I'm not just fighting for myself. I'm fighting for DX. I'm fighting for Owen Hart, and I'm fighting to make sure that when we step in that War Games match, we have the advantage. Pac steps up, clapping Edge on the back, and then leans in with his usual cocky demeanor. You see, Flock, you might think you're some unstoppable force, but you never faced a unit like us before. We're not just a team, we're a family. And at War Games, we're going to prove that there's no stronger bond than that of DX. You think you could throw us in a cage and we're just going to crumble? Nah, man, we're just getting started. Tonight, Edge is going to soften up Rhyno real good, and when we get to War Games, we're going to tear the Flock apart, piece by piece, until there's nothing left but a bunch of broken wings. So Flock, you better get ready, because DX is coming to War Games, and we're not playing around, and if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. The crowd roars back with a thunderous "suck it" chant as DX poses together, exuding confidence and unity as the screen fades to black. Cut and commercial break. Come back to commercial break. The camera pans over a packed arena with the crowd buzzing in anticipation. Welcome back to Riot, folks. It's time for one of the biggest matches of the night. We got the Renegade World Champion Sting teaming up with the Nature Boy Ric Flair to take on Stone Cold Steve Austin and Arn Anderson from the Dangerous Alliance. Camera cuts to the ring where legendary Michael Buffer is standing by. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing under 242 pounds, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair! And also introducing his partner, from Venice Beach, California, weighing at 250 pounds, he is the Renegade World Champion, Sting! Crowd erupts as Flair struts down in the ring, his trademark robes shimmering under the arena lights. Sting follows closely behind, his face paint gleaming as 2 legends make their way to the ring, greeting fans along the way. And their opponents, first from Hollywood, California, weighing at 252 pounds, Arn Anderson! And his partner, from Victoria, Texas, weighing at 252 pounds, the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin and Arn Anderson march down the ramp with determination, ready for battle. Fans boo loudly, but a few cheers can be heard in the mix as well, showing the divide among the crowd reaction. Austin wastes no time rolling to the ring, eyes locked on Sting and Flair. The bell rings, ding-ding-ding, and the match begins with Sting and Arn locking up. Sting quickly takes control with a series of powerful arm drags, sending Anderson across the ring. Arn rolls to the outside to regroup with Austin before rolling back in and tagging Austin in. Austin charges into the ring, but is met with a clothesline from Sting, knocking him down. The crowd roars as Sting tags in Flair. The energy is electric in here tonight. Flair is in, and he's ready to go. Flair enters with a woo, and immediately unloads with his signature knife-edge chops to Austin's chest, each one echoing throughout the arena. Austin fights back with a rake to the eyes and tags Arn back in. Arn delivers a shot to Flair's midsection, taking control. The match continues with back-and-forth action, Austin and Arn using underhanded tactics, isolating Flair and working over his knee, setting him up for a figure 4 of their own. Flair fights back valiantly, and eventually makes a hot tag to Sting, who explodes in the ring, taking down both Austin and Arn with a series of clothesline. Sting is on fire, he's clearing house here tonight, folks. The crowd is fully behind Sting as he locks in the Scorpion Deathlock on Austin. Just as Austin is about to tap, Arn rushes in to break it up, but Flair catches him with a chop block, taking Arn down. Flair quickly applies the figure 4 leg lock on Arn, and the crowd goes wild. Ladies and gentlemen, Flair has Arn Anderson in the figure 4. Sting has Austin in the Scorpion Deathlock. This could be it. It could be all over here. Suddenly, Finley and the APA rush down to the ring. They slide in and attack Flair and Sting from behind. The referee immediately calls for the bell, signaling a disqualification. This is outrageous. The Dangerous Alliance is attacking Sting and Flair. They've thrown this whole match out. The Dangerous Alliance continues their assault, stomping away on Sting and Flair. The crowd boos loudly as the ring fills with chaos, just when it seems like the beating will continue. Rick Rude storms down the ramp with Curt Hennig right behind him. The crowd erupts as Rude and Hennig hit the ring, going after Finlay and the APA. Austin bails out as a huge brawl ensues, with Rude and Hennig helping Sting and Flair clear the ring. Rick Rude and Curt Hennig have come to the rescue. They level the playing field. The Dangerous Alliance reaches to the ramp, glaring back at the ring where Sting, Flair, Rude, and Hennig stand tall. The crowd is on their feet cheering for this unlikely alliance formed in the ring. What a chaotic turn of events here tonight on Riot. The Dangerous Alliance tried to make a statement, but Sting and Flair, with the help of Rude and Hennig, have sent them packing. But you can bet this is far from over. The camera zooms in on Sting and Flair as they nod in appreciation to Rude and Hennig. The crowd is still roaring with approval. The screen fades to black, cutting to commercial break. Come back from commercial break. After the chaotic events in the last match, the camera cuts to the ring where Ric Flair, Rick Rude, and Curt Hennig are still standing with microphones in hand. The crowd is buzzing with excitement, cheering for the legendary trio. Ladies and gentlemen, what a night it has been so far, and it looks like Ric Flair, Rick Rude, and Curt Hennig have something to say. Let's hear from the Nature Boy and Company. Fans cheer at as Ric Flair raises the microphone. The energy in the arena electric. He paces around the ring, his eyes filled with intensity. Woo! Dangerous Alliance! You think you can run roughshod over Riot? You think you can gang up on Sting and yours truly? Well, I got news for you, Jack. It doesn't work that way when the Nature Boy is in town. The crowd erupts and cheers as Flair struts around the ring, hyping them up even more. Rude and Hennig stand beside him, nodding in agreement. Stone Cold Steve Austin! You got yourself a date with Destiny at World at War against Sting for that Renegade World title. And I know my man Sting is gonna take care of you, brother. But as for the rest of your little gang, you got something coming too. The camera focuses on Rick Rude as he steps forward, his voice filled with confidence and swagger. That's right. Arn Anderson, Fit Finlay, Bradshaw, Farouk. You boys think you're tough? Well, you think you can blindside us and get away with it? Well, let me tell you something. At World at War, we're going to take care of business. We're going to take care of you. The fans cheer loudly, showing their support for the trio. Hennig steps forward, his expression serious. You see, boys, it's not just about Sting and Stone Cold. It's about showing the Dangerous Alliance that they don't run things here on Riot. So here's what we're going to do. This Saturday, we're challenging you, Fit Finlay, Arn Anderson, and the APA to an 8-man tag team match. The crowd roars with approval. Flair takes back the microphone, his trademark grin on his face. Woo! Saturday! You think you'll find out why we're all the best in this business today. Dangerous Alliance, you want to fight? Well, you got one. And we're going to walk that aisle and beat you from one side of the ring to the other. Woo! The crowd goes wild as Flair throws in another woo! For good measure. The energy in the arena reaching a fever pitch. You're here, folks. Ric Flair, Rick Rude, and Curt Hennig are throwing down the gauntlet for an 8-man tag team match Saturday against the Dangerous Alliance. The stakes just keep getting higher and higher as we head towards the World at War. But who will be Flair, Rude, and Hennig's fourth man? Who will be their fourth man going to the 8-man tag team match? Camera zooms in on the 3 men in the ring, all of them ready for the fight to come. The screen fades to black as we go to commercial break. Come back. We go to the backstage area where Triple H, Kevin Nash, and AJ Styles, the Wolfpac, are standing in front of their signature black and red backdrop. Their expression serious and determined. The crowd cheers loudly as the trio steps into view. Kevin Nash holds one of the Renegade World Tag Team Championship belts over his shoulder, while AJ Styles has his around his waist. Triple H stands front and center, his eyes narrowed. And here they are, folks. The Wolfpac is in the house, and they've got a lot on their minds tonight. The camera zooms in on Triple H. Undertaker. Tonight it's you, me, and you, one-on-one. The Phenom versus the Game. The so-called leader of the Death Krew against the man who's going to make sure they crumble, starting tonight. You've been running your mouth about how you're going to take over Riot, but we all know how that story ends. You're going to rest in peace. The crowd roars with approval, chanting, Wolfpac, Wolfpac, as Kevin Nash steps forward, patting his belt. And let's not forget about World at War, Hunter. KroniK, you two meatheads think you got what it takes to take these Renegade World Tag Team titles off us? Nah, you got another thing coming. We're the champs for a reason. And at World at War, AJ and I are going to show you why this is our territory. Why the Wolfpac runs this place. The camera shifts over to AJ Styles. KroniK, we've been watching you and we know what you're all about. Big power, big talk, and big disappointments. You think you're going to make a name for yourselves off of us? Think again. At World at War, we're going to make an example out of you. We're going to show everyone that the Wolfpac doesn't just talk the talk. We walk the walk, and we walk it right over anyone who stands in our way. Camera zooms back out to all three men. Triple H looking fired up as he points straight into the camera. So Undertaker, you bring everything you got tonight. Bring your darkness, bring your mind games, bring your whole damn crew if you want. Because when that bell rings, you're going to find out the hard way why they call me the Game. And KroniK, you better be watching closely, because this is just a taste of what's coming for you. The Wolfpac is here to stay, and we're going to run right through anyone who thinks otherwise. The crowd explodes with cheers, chanting, "Wolfpac, Wolfpac!" Once more, as the three men standing united, raising their fists and raising their hands with the signature Wolfpac pose. The screen fades to black as we cut commercial break. Come back from commercial break. We go to see Michael Buffer in the ring. Welcome back to the Riot, folks. Up next, we got a highly anticipated matchup between two fierce competitors. Edge, representing DX, is set to take on Rhyno, the powerhouse of the flock. And if Rhyno recent actions are any indication, this could be a brutal affair.
You think you know me, and when you think
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the advantage in War Games. Introducing first, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing at 240 pounds, Edge. Edge makes his way down the ramp, slapping hands with fans, hyping himself up. Edge is looking to gain some momentum for DX heading to War Games, but he's got a tough challenge ahead of him tonight. And his opponent, representing the flock, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing at 275 pounds, Rhyno. Arena lights dim as Rhyno's music blares. He storms out from the back with a fierce look of determination. His presence is menacing as he charges down the ring, clearly ready to unleash destruction. And here he comes, Rhyno. This man is a force of nature, and he's made it clear that he will stop at nothing to destroy DX. Edge better be ready for the fight of his life. Bell rings, ding ding, the match begins. Edge attempts to use his speed and agility, landing a few quick strikes and dropkicks to keep Rhyno at bay. However, Rhyno absorbs the blows, barely flinching. As Edge bounces off the ropes to deliver a clothesline, Rhyno ducks and catches Edge with a devastating spine buster that rattles the ring. Rhyno doesn't waste any time though. He grabs Edge and whips him hard in the corner, following up with a vicious shoulder thrust that drives the air out of Edge's lungs. Edge crumbles to the mat, struggling to catch his breath. Rhyno lifts Edge up and hits a punishing powerbomb, slaying him back down with authority. The crowd boos as Rhyno taunts the fans, showing no mercy. He lifts Edge up again and delivers a brutal belly-to-belly suplex, tossing Edge across the ring like a rag doll. Edge lies motionless on the mat, clearly in pain and unable to mount any kind of offense. Edge is in a world of trouble, and Rhyno is just stalking him now. Rhyno backs up in the corner and crouches down, signaling for his devastating finishing move. The crowd boos grow louder, sensing what's coming next. Edge slowly gets to his feet, wobbly and disoriented. As he turns around, Rhyno charges full speed and connects with a gore, nearly cutting Edge in half. Gore! Gore! Rhyno just cut Edge in half with a gore! This has to be over! Rhyno covers Edge, hooking the leg, as the referee slides in and makes the count. 1, 2, 3! Ding, ding, ding! The bell rings as Rhyno stands tall over the fallen Edge, the referee raising his hand in victory. Here's your winner by pinfall, Rhyno! Daphne and Raven appear on the ramp, applauding and cheering on Rhyno. The flock is clearly pleased with the damage done. The flock is making their presence felt tonight. They've gained the advantage heading to the War Games. The segment ends with Rhyno standing over Edge, a menacing grin on his face as the flock watches from the ramp. The screen fades to commercial break. Come back to the back where Haku is standing. He's pacing back and forth, his intense glare piercing the camera. Sabu, you made a grave mistake when you decided to lay your filthy hands on my family. You dishonored the bloodline when you attacked Prince Ayukeya and paraded around like some madman with his bloody necklace. You think you just do what you want and there will be no consequences? The crowd boos loudly at the mention of Sabu's despicable actions. Last week, you jumped the great Samu before your match even began, like a coward. But make no mistake, Sabu, you will pay for what you've done. You've awakened a beast, and now there's no turning back. You have disrespected my family, our honor, and our legacy, and for that, you will suffer. I vow on the honor of my bloodline that I will make you feel every bit of pain you've inflicted on my family. You think you're some kind of monster, Sabu? You haven't faced true fury until you faced me. At World at War, I challenge you. You and me in a last man standing match. I will break you, Sabu. I will make you pay for every drop of blood you spilled. The crowd erupts and cheers fully behind King Haku. Get ready, Sabu. Your reckoning is coming, and when I'm done with you, there won't be anything left. Haku storms off as the camera follows him for a moment before cutting back to the ringside. Well, you heard it, folks. King Haku is on a warpath, and he's coming straight for Sabu. At World at War, it's going to be an explosive confrontation. We cut a commercial break. Come back to the thunderous cheer of the fans as Goldberg emerges from the entrance ramp. His intense focus on the ring ahead of him as he makes his way to the ring. Fans chanting, Goldberg, Goldberg. Goldberg gets in the ring and grabs the microphone. You know, I said I was going to take everything from the flock. And guess what? I did exactly what I said I was going to do. The crowd roars in approval. Now the flock, they're without gold. They lost Matt Hardy. And I went through Raven and Rhyno like a hot knife through butter. I told them that their time was up. And now they're nothing but a shadow of their former selves. I may be finished with the flock, but my rampage through Riot isn't done yet. See, I don't just sit back and wait for the next challenge. No, I keep moving forward. And my attention is now on a new threat. The Unholy Coven. The mention of the Coven sends a wave of boos through the audience. Goldberg smirks and nods at the reaction. Yeah, you all know who I'm talking about. Kane, Batista, Christopher Daniels, and their snake of a leader. They think they can walk around here with their dark mind games and their underhanded tactics, but that doesn't fly with me. So Kane, I know you're back there hiding in the shadows, thinking you can intimidate everyone with your fire and brimstone. But I'm not everyone. I'm Goldberg, and I don't fear the darkness. I welcome it. The crowd pops loudly, sensing what's coming next. This Saturday at World at War, I'm challenging you, Kane, mano a mano. Let's see if the so-called Big Red Machine can stand up to the intensity of Goldberg. You bring your demons, and I'll bring the pain. Fans erupt to cheers as Goldberg drops the microphone, his challenge laid down with authority. He stands in the center of the ring, staring at the camera with a fierce, determined look on his face. Wow, Goldberg just laid out a massive challenge to Kane. If that match gets confirmed, it's going to be an absolute war at World at War. Show goes to commercial break, coming back from the main event. The atmosphere is electric as we get to the main event of the evening. Michael Buffer in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing at 255 pounds, representing the Wolfpac, the Game, Triple H. Triple H marches down to the ring with his signature intensity, water bottle in hand. He pauses on the apron to spit a mist of water in the air. The crowd gives a mixed reaction, clearly divided their loyalties. And his opponent, from Death Valley, weighing at 309 pounds, representing the Death Krew, the Undertaker. The Undertaker rides down the ring on his motorcycle, the roar of the engine filling the arena. Take a look up there, folks, in the press box. The club, Shawn Michaels, Scott Hall, have a front row seat to this one. They're watching this match very closely, and I have to wonder what's going through their minds right now. The match begins with both men locking up, but it quickly becomes apparent that Undertaker has the advantage, using his strength and size to keep Triple H on the defensive. Triple H tries to rally with a spinebuster and set up for a pedigree, but Undertaker powers out with a big back body drop before lifting Triple H up and delivering a devastating last ride powerbomb that shakes the ring. The Undertaker's dominating. Triple H can't seem to get any momentum going. The club is shown again in the press box, watching intently as the Undertaker signals for the end. He scoops Triple H up and plants him in a tombstone pile driver as the referee counts 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here's your winner, The Undertaker. The ring erupts in a mix of cheers and boos as The Undertaker rises to his feet, victorious. However, before he can fully celebrate, Norton and KroniK, Brian Adams, Brian Clark, rush the ring and they start beating down Triple H. Moments later, the Wolfpac come out. Nash and Styles sprint to the ring trying to help their fallen comrade, but the Death Krew's numbers and strength are too much. They're quickly overpowered. It's absolute chaos here. The Death Krew is dismantling the Wolfpac piece by piece. Death Krew stands tall. The camera cuts to the club in the press box. Michaels and Hall exchange a knowing glance, clearly intrigued by the unfolding carnage. The Death Krew celebrates the dominance, posing over the fallen Wolfpac members. What a night this has been, folks! It's building up to Saturday at World at War. Will the Death Krew take the tag team titles from the Wolfpac? And what about the Renegade World Championship match? Will Stone Cold Steve Austin dethrone Sting and reclaim the World Championship? You won't miss it. This Saturday, it's World at War. See you there. The camera pans over the arena over the carnage in the ring one last time as Death Krew stands tall. The screen fading black as Riot goes off the air.
This has been an FWL Network podcast presentation.